Army and ask yourself, how would you Seeker this? All right, I'll give you a couple seconds. Can't think of it? Good, because neither could I. This monstrosity of an anti-Seeker layout was my boss fight layout for rank 22, for diamond rank 22, and this is what I get. The most disgusting layout for Seekers that I could have possibly imagined, and I landed it. And the best part about this layout as well, the best part about this disgusting anti-Seeker layout, Skull Army, is that it belongs to none other than my good friend, Pirate Pete Minstrel. You gotta love it when your boss fight loss is to your buddy, and you gotta love it even more when you actually take the time, look at the leaderboard, realize this is one of the only other 5 ERs on your local leaderboard, look at it close, look at it meticulously, plan a Seeker attack, in the worst case scenario you match it, and then match it on the boss fight for 22 and lose. Massive shout out to Pirate Pete Minstrel. I will have a link to his YouTube channel in the description of the video below, Skull Army. That's TVMA 18 plus Boom Beach content. Massive shout out to Pirate Pete Minstrel. This was an epic fight, buddy, and I'm so excited to share this push and this loss with the Skull Army. Boom goes the dynamite, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Let's do it, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Skull Army and friends. SkullCrusher here. It is Thursday, October the 14th, 2021, and yes, we are coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video, the continuation of SkullCrusher with the Seekers on the push for Diamond rank 22, an epic push we did have tonight, but unfortunately, Skull Army, and I mean unfortunately, it came to a dead halt because of my buddy, General Electric, aka Pirate Pete Minstrel. And we got some epic fights in here as well. I mean, you gotta appreciate it when you do go back to the bottom of your log and you realize that, oh, never mind, I am still in Diamond 21. I guess it was the battle before that I was still in gold. So that was my boss fight for Diamond 21, which means I believe this is where we do start the attacks here. Most of these attacks, if not all of them, they are all Seekers. They are all also against 5 engine room layouts. And once again, a Skull Army, nothing has changed on my tech tree. I guess before we do go in for the replays here, I do want to showcase that I am actually able to go 6 engine room right now, but I'm not gonna because I'm gonna wait. You know, I'm actually, well, I shouldn't say I'm not gonna. I'm at a standstill whether or not if I want to collect these next 4 chests in 5 ER or 6 ER, because I do want to go 6 engine room, troop damage, and heavy chopper at the same time. And if I do go 6 ER, then at least I'm 6 ER, and it's 4 more chests until I do go heavy chopper. So maybe let me know in the comments what you guys think. You know, should I go 6 ER and just collect in 6, or just, you know, hang out in 5 and just enjoy the dominant Seeker play, hopefully not matching any more of those disgusting layouts for the time being, but nonetheless, Skull Army and friends, some absolute epic battles here, and we are going to start things off with my buddy Will here. So big shout out to Will, but Skull Army, we absolutely crushed it once again with the Seekers. Hashtag Dark Shadow Overlay, and you gotta love it. Nothing's really changed from yesterday's video with regards to the standard drop here. Some of the layouts have changed, obviously, which you have noticed with General Electric's layout, my boss fight loss for Diamond rank 22, but we still have my standard drop from yesterday's video with regards to the 2 boats of Seekers on the right ramp going under the coverage of smoke for that right side engine room on the bottom ramp, left side ramp, 2 boats of Seekers under the coverage of smoke for that left side engine room, and then that beautiful delay drop with a Bullit managing the shock mines, pinning down the shock blaster with a shock and not taunt. Well, you can also pin it down with taunt as you're passing by, but it's really good to keep it pinned down with a shock, pass it by as the shock expires, time it with that taunt. Either way, you really just want to keep Bullit moving, and that shock blaster is notorious for slowing Bullit down. So massive shout out to Will right there. But as we do continue it, my Chinese character friend, 256 dominant Seeker time, absolute dominant. I mean, I'm pulling in those you know, mid 250s to 3 minute on the dot here, and most players now at this point do actually have the max rocket launchers. I myself do not have rocket launchers at all, which I love. I'm going to try to hold out for as long as I can here. Very standard on the drop here, Skull Army. You got to love the 2 boats of Seekers on the right ramp, 2 boats of Seekers on the left ramp, under the cover of smoke to get those first 2 ERs. We drop Bullet, delay drop of that last 4 boats of Seekers. We get Bullet in position, activate Taunt, flare him up, activate Taunt as he's moving into position, cycle that shock to pin down the Shock Blaster, keep Bullet in position to cycle Taunt again as we reflare to the last ER, pinning down the Shock Blaster with a shock, and then activating Taunt one last time. Boom! Goes the dynamite! Or, as of yesterday's poll, potentially Dr. Kavan stepping on a boom mine. But savage hit, Skull Army. Absolutely savage hit right there. And as, of course, as we do continue right here, my next Chinese character friend, 257 to 207. Again, an absolute dominant time here. And once again, I was looking at this layout thinking, yeah, this is going to be juicy, absolutely juicy for the Seeker. So now you're actually just seeing the standard, you know, barrage and artillery coming out. Keep in mind there, you know, there's a solid amount of time going into the scout time here. If not, you know, the full time, 50 seconds, very close to it. You know, we cleared the path here. Bullets getting into position. We know the shock mines have been cleared. We missed one, so they have not been cleared. We got a little sloppy on that one. But we're keeping Bullet moving, activating Taunt, pinning down that Shock Blaster with a shock. We flared that last ER, an absolute beautiful destruction with the Seekers as we actually come down to the last Seeker and Bullet. But sometimes that's all you need, and sometimes that's all it takes, Skull Army. Boom! Goes the dynamite. And of course, as we do continue, we did take a loss right over here, so shout out to my my buddy right over here. Now once again, 257 to 207, 256 to 116, and of course my buddy Will, we did take the loss here where we did fizzle. And then shout out to Calm DR over here. Now this was a foreshadow, and what I mean by a foreshadow, I should have known that I was going to be running into a layout like this for my boss fight. So this was actually something very similar to what I did match with General Electric. But notice how there is no shock launchers and there is no microwaver. Now I am running into microwavers. You will see a battle coming up with a microwaver, but this one was beautiful. I mean, once we realized that, you know, we cleared the shock mines, you know, look at that beautiful timing with the smoke over Bullet, activating the Taunt as the Seekers get into position, flaring Bullet to the next ER as we activate Taunt, flaring up to the middle as we activate Taunt again, keeping the flare alive, shocking the Shock Blaster, moving up to the last 2 ERs, activating Taunt, and literally look how many Seekers we have left, Skull Army. That is just madness. Absolute madness. Boom! Goes the dynamite. I love it. So shout out to Quan Vu. This is not the microwaver player. Dragonmon 88 is. But once again, 252 to 220 here, keeping up my times with the 252, the 3-minute here. Once again, this was this one I actually liked. We did the 2 boats of Seekers on the right ramp there to go for that bottom right ER to keep Bullet and the Seekers moving. So once we were able to pop that ER, we kept Bullet on that delay drop, still on the right ramp there. We kept him moving forward, activating Taunt. Seekers took a weird split here, but luckily the fewer Seekers took that awkward split. We were able to get Bullet up top, keep Taunt activated. I believe there's a shock coming out soon to pin down that Shock Blaster. Taunt is still activated as we flare that last ER, and there it is. Very sloppy shock, but the Taunt is still activated. Beautiful job. You know, we were able to get that Flamethrower with the shock, pinning down the Shock Blaster as well, Skull Army. Some beautiful momentum here with the Bullet and the Seekers, keeping it forward. Artillery really is everything to make these Seeker hits possible in Warship Season 27 Heroes for 5 engine room gameplay. It's beautiful, my friends. Absolutely beautiful. And now we're going to get into that microwaver hit right here. So 256. I love it. Another beautiful time in the 250s, ready up there to my 3-minute time. And there's that micro right over here. And I want you to notice this path here. We draw a Bullet on the left ramp here, okay? We were going full Seeker drop on the left ramp here. Adequate time scouting, clearing the shock mines here. You know, Bullet actually took out that Flamethrower. I love it, under the coverage of smoke. Another smoke here. This is beautiful timing. As soon as Bullet leaves the smoke, Seekers get to that first ER. Taunt is activated. We reflare up as the Shock Blaster is pinned down with a shock. Taunt is activated again. We flare Bullet up to that cannon towards the top right there. Taunt is activated again. And the clutchest freaking shock of your life right here, pinning down the mother trucking microwaver, spitting in the microwaver's face. I wish I could have done this to Pete's microwaver, but not a chance, Skull Army. Beautiful timing with the Taunt, as we did actually cycle the shock on the microwaver to pin it down on that final dash to the last ER. Massive a shout out to the Dragonmon _88, but my Seekers were just too much for that one. Absolutely too much for that one. Boom goes the dynamite. And of course, as we do continue here, my next Chinese character friend, 255 to 142. This put me in the position, this win put me in the position for the boss fight for rank 22, because I was at 21.87 stars here. And again, I believe we did go for a full drop on the left side. Yes, we did here. And you know what? This one I was a little bit nervous of. I think we did actually take the full 60 seconds to scout on this one here, but beautiful timing with Bullit there, you know, making sure that the Seekers have enough time to catch up here as we pin down the Shock Blaster with Taunt Act. Sorry. Oh, I did it. Pin down the Shock Blaster with a Shock. Oh, so close, Skull. And then, of course, activate Taunt as we keep that flare moving. And you know what? I don't think we shocked that Shock Blaster again. I think we just kept the Taunt alive as the Seekers did a beautiful job. There's Bullit, I think, giving a little bit of assistance. No assistance, actually. Look at that separation. That was all Seekers right there. And looks like we did have a handful of Seekers alive at the end as well, Skull Army. Boom goes the dynamite, and it does not get any better than this. And this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. Once again, massive shout out to General Electric. That is Pirate Pete Minstrel. Once again, I will have a link in the description of the video to his YouTube channel. That is TVMA18+ Boom Beach content. But this was epic right here. Once again, I gotta show Pete's replay first. So we're gonna show Pete's replay right here. And you know what? He did an absolute, this is actually gonna be the first time I'm seeing it, because I was so excited after I realized that I matched Pete, that I had to message him, and we gave ourselves some back and forth banter. Holy, wait up, you crazy. Oh, I was like, dude, your base was insane, man. Absolutely insane. He's like, nah, bro, it's stupid. And I'm like, yeah, it's stupid anti-seeker. So big shout out to Pete. I love your Sparky hacking my boom cannons, bro. No, look at all your choppers that are still alive. This is the king of Airwolf, by the way. If you want to learn how to rocket chopper, you just kept the whole freaking squad alive. Are you kidding me? 5 rocket choppers, Pete. 5 rocket choppers, Pete. You kept the whole darn squad alive. You're an animal, bro. An animal. He is an animal, guys. I'm serious. That was insane, dude. Actually, it was the first time I've seen your replay. But now, Skull Army, I'm going to show you the epicness of my loss, because now I'm at 21.77, which means I was at 21.87 going in with a 4-win streak, which means if I did would have win this, you know, potentially 13 stars or more, I would have been in 22. But of course, you know what? I'm more than proud to lose my boss fight to rank 22 to my boy General Electric, aka Pirate Pete Minstrel, especially knowing that I did scout his layout, looking at the Canadian leaderboard, knowing that, okay, I could potentially match it, but for please, Boom Gods, I don't want to match it. Really, I don't. And, you know, I roll the dice and I match it. So here it is, guys. And you know what? I left 3 ERs. You know, I got 2 of them. I was nervous. I was nervous AF. And you know what? I think due to the fact that I did not... I repeat, I think due to the fact that I did not have my artillery still tick 1, I'm only using it for clearing shock mines. I'm not thinking that far ahead with regards to clearing microwavers and freaking shock launchers. This was a layout where I needed to clear a microwaver or a shock launcher to potentially pull this off, and we butchered it. The timing was off here. The shock launcher actually fires and, you know, slows down some of the momentum from the Seekers. You know, that flamethrower gets, you know, good job in there. His freaking... Those rocket launchers, man. My Seeker's bunched up right there, and his rocket just killed me. Flanking rocket launchers, beautiful positioning with the shock launchers. Bullets left all alone with 3 ERs left, and I knew it was over. And the sad thing about it as well, and like, well, the sad good thing about it was that I knew it was Pete. The second I matched, I knew it was a Pete. So there you have it, a Skull Army and friends, absolute epic, failed a push here to rank 22, but we're not giving up yet. But you gotta love it when your boss fight to rank 22 is stopped by a friend, by a disgusting anti-seeker layout, when knowing seeker is your jam here. So nothing but love it and the utter most respect for Pirate Pete Minstrel. So once again, Skull Army and friends, you know, leave a like on today's video if you were digging it. If you are new and you were also digging it, you're like, yeah, you know, it's pretty dope. Metaphorically speaking, you know, consider grabbing a stick of dynamite, okay, and then running over to the subscribe button, placing said stick of dynamite beside the subscribe button, lighting said stick of dynamite, okay, then run away, like seriously, run away, and then blow up the subscribe button. Thank you, Skull Army and friends. But you know what? We will officially be wrapping up today's video. Now, I think it is time to make like a Tom and cruise. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, and or evening, and we will catch you on the next stream, Skull Army. Peace!